Welcome back. So in this video, we're going to learn how to use the view menu. Okay. So what I want you to do first is I want you to click on the view menu. Okay. And when you do that, you're going to see all of these buttons. Okay. And there's a lot of buttons, but we're really only going to use 2 of them in this video. Okay. And the 2 buttons that we're going to use are right here. They are the Explore window button and the Properties window button. And basically what these buttons do is they turn the windows on and off. So let me show you how that works. Okay. So remember, we have the Explore window right here and the Properties window right here. And I'm going to show you that these buttons turn those windows on and off. So the first one we're going to turn on and off is the Properties window. Okay, remember this is the Properties window. Okay, Properties window. And in order to turn that window on and off, we use the Properties window button, which is right here. Okay. So let me go ahead and click that, and you'll see what happens with the Properties window. Okay, so right now you see the Properties window here. If I click this Properties window button, it disappears. And you'll notice that the button has changed color. Now it's gray. If I click it again, it turns black. You can see that it's black now. And the Properties window is back. Okay, so we can use that button to turn the Properties window on and off. Okay, so I'm going to leave it off so you can see here what we have is the Explorer window. So let me label that one. Okay, so right here we have the Explorer window. Okay, and again with the Explorer window we have an Explorer window button, and that button is right here. And again, by clicking on that button, we can turn the Explorer window on and off. So let me show you that. So right now the Explorer window is on. If I hit this, or if I click this Explorer window button, it disappears. It's gone. But I can bring it back using the Explorer window button. So if you ever, if your windows aren't showing up, you can always use these buttons to make them reappear. And again, you can see that they're black whenever these windows are on. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what else there is here. Okay, so there's a ton of windows. There's actually 18 different windows, and we use maybe half of them throughout the course. The other thing that's kind of nice is there is a full screen button right here. You can use that. I have it on right now. Let me turn it off so you can see. If you turn off the full screen, it just shows this little white bar at the top. And for making these videos, I think it's a little easier to see if I have the full screen on. But those are the buttons that we use to turn windows on and off. And so let's talk a little bit about what these windows do again. Okay. So remember, you have 3 windows here. You have a game window right there. You have the Explorer window right here, and you have a Properties window here. Okay, so let's use these windows so you can see what they do. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on this piece right here in the middle, this part, and you'll see what happens when I click on it. When I click on it, let me zoom in a little bit. You'll notice that now it has this blue edge. There's this blue edge around this piece. And what is this piece? Well, this piece is called the spawn location. And what the spawn location does is this is the place where your players will begin the game. Okay, so at the very beginning of the game, your players will appear on top of this spawn location. But what I did by clicking on this part, on this spawn location, is I selected it. And there are two ways to tell, actually there's three ways to tell if something is selected. One is that it gets this nice blue outline, this blue edge. The other thing is over here in the Explorer window, you can see that now it has a blue color. And then in the Properties window, whatever part you have selected, you will see properties for that part in the Properties window. So let me show you the difference. If I click on the sky where there aren't any pieces, well now, if I hover over it, it gets the blue outline. But if I don't hover over that piece, there is no blue edge. It's not highlighted. And over here in the Explorer window, nothing is highlighted either. And you'll notice that the Properties window is empty. Okay, so you have to click on something in order to select it, in order to see the properties for it. Okay, and so there's one other thing that we have here in the game right now, and you can't click on it here in the game window, but you can click on it over here in the Explorer window. And that part is called the base plate. And what the base plate is this kind of gray floor that we see here with this kind of checkerboard design. That's the base plate. And later on, we're going to delete this in order to make the floor go away and to make our obby. Okay, so we've gone ahead and we've talked a little bit about what these windows do. So we have a game window and we have pieces inside, and you can select them, and then you see them here in the Explorer window, and you see the properties for those. There are a lot of other things here in the Explorer window, but the one that we are focusing on right now is just this Workspace section. There's other things like the lighting where you control the sun, and there's other things here, but you can ignore those for now. Right now, all we care about is this little section right here, just this Workspace section. And what the Workspace section or folder contains is a camera, terrain, which we will get to later, a spawn location, which is where our players start, and then a base plate, which is the floor. And sometimes it won't look like this. Let me show you what it might look like. So it might be closed, and the way you open it, there's this little arrowhead, I guess, that's pointing down. And if you click on it, now it points to the side, and you can see that Workspace doesn't show anything underneath. But if I click on it again, it expands it, and now I can see all of the things that are inside the Workspace. And so if I click on spawn location over here in the Explorer window, again, it's selected, and again, you have the properties for that object, for that piece. Now, one of the nice things about the properties window is that not only can we see the properties for a part, but we can also change them. Okay, so the very first property that we see here, let me circle it, is this brick color property. Okay, so brick color is actually the color of our spawn location. And right now it says medium stone gray. And yeah, it looks like a gray. So what happens if I click on that property? Well, you'll notice here, watch. If I click on brick color, I get this color wheel. And by hovering over different parts of this color wheel, this color palette, I can see different colors for my spawn location. And if I click on one of those, I'm going to click on a nice, let's click on a nice toothpaste color. Roblox has different names for colors than you might be used to. Looks like a cyan or light blue to me, but Roblox calls it toothpaste. But by clicking on it, I've changed the color of my spawn location. And you can do that with all kinds of properties. You can change not only what color it is, but you can change the size, you can change the position, just using the properties window. Okay. And this is all that we do when we're making games. All that we do is we select pieces that we've created, and then we change properties for those pieces. And that really is all that we do when we're making a game with Roblox Studio or with any other game design tool. Okay. So we've gone over the view menu. We've learned a couple of the buttons that are here in the view menu. We've learned a little bit more about the windows. We've learned how to select pieces. We've learned how to see the properties for those pieces and to change one of them, to change the brick color for that piece. Again, if you don't have anything selected, so here if I click on the sky, nothing's selected, nothing's blue over here, and nothing is showing up in the properties window. Okay. And so that is basically what we can do with the view menu. In the next video, what we're going to do is learn how to move our camera. Okay, so I'll see you then.